Welcome to Clear Waters. Clear Waters is our third collection we're going over today for you from Dallas so that you can get a preview of what to expect when you come to market. And Clear Waters, I think, is very aptly named. We've had a coastal collection since the time I started working with Melrose. And usually coastal kind of varies a little bit. There's always a little bit of blue involved, a lot of whites, but usually you're seeing like a heavy focus on nautical. And sometimes you're seeing a lot of focus on beach or lake type of decor, or even kind of travel or souvenir type of products, but you're not going to see that this year. This year, the coastal collection that we have is very refined, it's very elegant, it's very upscale. And so we're going to get started on showing you just a few of the new products that are coming in. The first thing you'll notice is very nice new products with a lot of detail, including some of the trays that we have for you, some of our containers that we have for you that we're bringing in. Check out these sculpts on a stand like this. This is a nice wooden piece that has a lot of detail and a lot of design to it that is there. And then we have some things like new candle holders here that, again, the title itself, Clear Waters. Look at the ombre effect here that we have with the dark deep sea blue that comes all the way up and has that nice clear effect. And so we put a Fia flame candle inside of these candles so that you can really see them. We always like to show you what it looks like with the orange and with the bright white, because we know you like to be able to place your candle holder order and your Fia at the exact same time. And those are just one set of the three new that we have here in Clear Waters for the candle holders. So for those of you that buy lots and lots of candle holders, we know that you're out there. This is the first set you want to take a look at with the sailboats on there. And then we have some other trays like this one. This is a metal tray. We have these taper candle holders that the seashells are here. A lot of texture. That's one thing you're going to see. A lot of different textures coming in here. These birds here in the back are absolutely gorgeous, and they happen to have that wicker look to them that they've been woven together. The bird itself has with these nice metal legs, good and flat metal legs too. And then I'm going to take this out just so that you can see the art behind it really nicely. We have some new wall art that's coming through in Clear Waters as well, and these two pieces that are on the wall are they're just very well done. And whether it's going to be the texture that comes across here for the wave, just a little bit of texture. Do you see that? Or this little detailing here in the reflection. They're very beautiful pieces that are here. And I was talking about this a little bit earlier, but even with the texture here in the front. So you see a little bit of this canvas here, but you can feel it. And if you took your finger, you can actually feel the little bit of texture right there in the front that's coming across. These are two really nice pieces of new wall art that are available. I'm going to show you some more in another part of this section of the showroom when we get over there. Right now we're going to turn around. We're going to take a look at another shelf that has some new products for you that are coming in. The first ones you're going to see are these nice vibrant blues that are here on this top shelf. These containers and vases are available for you that are brand new. They have a feel to them. Texture is all the rage, mixing different textures and different finishes. And so this one just happens to feel like sand. And so as I run my finger across here, this is going to have that nice sandy feel to it. If we slide down a little bit onto this next shelf, you're going to see something completely different from that. We're looking at contrast again, and contrast is a big part of what we're seeing trend. But we have these translucent glass pieces that hold these shorter, look at that, shorter taper candles. So those are our Fia wick candles. They have that nice live movement in the top of the candle itself, but they are short little candles. And then as we come across to this other table, we're going to take a look at some Melrose exclusives. We have several here in Clear Waters that are Melrose exclusives. You'll notice that the botanical print here matches the actual botanicals that we have available for you. So if you're building a design yourself with some of the botanicals that we have here, you're going to be able to match that to a tray or some dolomite pots or containers that we have. We have the larger one and we have the smaller one. And we're up to the second set of candle holders that we have available that are brand new. These are all showing white as partners. And so we have the Fia flame in the front and the Fia wick in the back. Now, one of the things you may or may not be able to see very easily on camera is there's two different prints here. We have it printed on the front, and this matches the botanical, the actual botanical that we have here in the showroom that's available. And then on the inside, we have a different pattern that's coming through with the leaves, and that is etched out from the mirrored inside of this. So we're looking at two different patterns, and as you kind of pull out from that, you're going to see them work together especially you know, when it's a little bit darker, you're going to see that light reflecting through that other pattern on the inside. Very unique set of candle holders that we have available for you there. Then we're going to start to move into this area of clear waters, and I have to tell you, here in Dallas, the clear water section, short walls, and we have some tables here, so it's going to be a little bit hard for Katie, so I'm really happy how she's been able to show you some of these pieces that are available, because she doesn't have a lot of room to back up and show that to you. But this is another large piece of wall art that we have. This one's going to show a little bit of a lighthouse, and it's not really a beach scene, is it? Not really. I mean, you know it's coastal because we're seeing the sand. We're not necessarily seeing the water, and then we're seeing the seagrass that is growing there. So that's what I mean by it's not really beachy. You're not really going to see beachy stuff this season, but you are going to see things that are coastal. We have these whale tails, and these are the two that hang on the wall. You can get really creative with these and all the different places that you could put them this season. Nice wooden effect on these with the white that's available. And I'm going to show you the larger tabletop match to those as we move around the corner. There are two large icon pieces that came out this season here in clear waters that you definitely want to see. The first one is going to be this anchor. And I was curious to see how the designers were going to place this in the showroom, because one of the things we were doing at product review was going, you know, you can do a lot of different things with that anchor. That actually has great leaning properties as well. So like if you sit this down and you wanted to lean it, maybe in an entryway, something like that as an accent. This particular anchor, even though it's made of wood and has that very nice burlap tie around there, it's a very nice focal piece. It's a very nice large focal piece. It's more than 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall. And we have a new wreath at the top of that anchor, and it's got some beautiful little white flowers there. It's just perfect. If you're just looking to have some pre-made wreaths ready to go, all you have to do is fluff it and put it out, and it's trans-seasonal. That one's going to check a lot of boxes for you for that wreath that is available. As we come back down the wall, we're going to see another sailboat piece of wall art that's available to you. We're going to see the sailboat on the stand. And then we're going to move over to our third whale tail. And so this whale tail happens to be available to sit on any surface. It's a table sitter that you can have as a large accent piece. And right next to it is the other large piece that I was talking about here for clear waters, and it's this wooden sailboat, and it's big. This is a really big piece, so if you're looking for that focal point in your design, this wooden sailboat will tick that box for you. One of the things I notice about this, the title of the whole collection is Clear Waters, and that is just a wooden sailboat piece. We have not added paint to that. We don't have a lot of extra things added in there. Just a really nice looking sailboat. We're going to go across these other shelf toppers and point out just a few more new pieces. If you're looking for more of that blue look, I know some of you are often looking for blue. These containers are this nice deep dark blue that are new for you to take a look at. And then this tray down here is a fish tray. I generally don't get excited about fishy anythings, but this is really neat. It looks like it is kind of stone that has been weathered, but it also looks like driftwood. So part of me feels like it's stone, but part of me feels like it's driftwood. And then when you look at these birds, they have these little twigs along the side that look like they were constructed out of driftwood that you collected on a coastal area. I think those birds for sure are going to be in some of our top sellers coming out of this show. We're going to just see a few more pieces, some birds, some trays that are available to you, some exclusives again from Melrose that have different patterns on them in that nice blue and white coloring. I know that's usually on a checklist for several of you for things that you're looking for. As we slide up, we've got our first butterflies we're going to take a look at popped here into this vase in the back, and we have another piece of new wall art here in the back of this shelf topper. And so as we move to the side, this is where it gets a little close quarters. And we're going to take a look at our first botanical that has a wreath, a larger wreath, a smaller wreath, and a spray that have the butterflies in them. And so these are not butterflies that our designers have added to. If you order this wreath, the butterfly comes with it. And all you'll need to do is fluff this beautiful wreath out, and you're going to have all of those trending butterflies available. You do not have to buy the spray to go with that wreath, the smaller wreath, or the spray that is down below. We've also got a morning glory wreath here that is new, and as we slide across, we're going to go and take a look at just some of the botanicals here, because these are used for a shelf topper I'm going to show you that are really, really impressive. And so we've got some dusty blues, we've got some bright blues, we've got this green This is what I would call a green. It's really kind of a creamy green, a creamy yellowish look, but we're going to call that green. And then we have, of course, the creamy white that's available. And then we have the hydrangea bushes here on this wall for you to take a look at. Those are available in a nice white, the green, and a couple of different colors of blue. It kind of lends itself a little bit to the purple. If you are looking for hydrangeas or any of these curly, beautiful new floors, there are also a lot of them available in English Garden, and we already did the live walk for that, so you're going to want to make sure to take a look at those. And then Katie is going to show you a shelf topper that is put together that has all of these botanicals in it, and this is something the designers did combine and put together, and I have to say, this is very impressive. Like, when I came over to this area, I know there's a lot of things to see here, a lot of new products, and a lot of people like to look at the front table that's available. But I took a look at that shelf topper and went, wow, that's gorgeous. And so that has that new butterfly spray that has the blue butterflies with the creamy white, a little bit of greens mixed in there on their patterns on their bodies. But then look at the hydrangea. I mean, the hydrangea just really sets that off. I mean, it's accented with the other pieces of the blues and the creams and the greens, but they put two large pieces in, two planters up on top, one centered above each one of these shelf toppers, and then all the way across the front. This is something that you can do in your store, and I encourage you to do so. So we will have the recipe for that available to you, either when you're shopping in one of our showrooms, or if you're going to shop online, reach out to your Melrose rep. We'll get you that recipe, no problem. Then we have one table here in front, and then I've got a surprise for you. Are you ready? So we have on this table, we have some of the new shell pieces. We have some coral containers that are coming in. These are 3 different sizes that are available. This has a very rough surface, very rough. You feel like you were actually touching something from the sea. It's very rough surface and it looks like a real coral. We've got some weathered looking birds on stands as well as the fish. Our best selling vases from last season, that height right there that you want, it's got that ripple water effect coming across it. Those 2 are right here on this table. Our 3rd set of candle holders, yes, we have them shown with the white. Now, what's different about these is we've got white on the outside and a dark blue metallic on the inside. So even though you've got that look, you've got the white on the outside and the blue on the inside. A few other pieces here. We do have our containers that have our wooden tops with the metal, with the Melrose exclusive pattern. These are things that you guys count on. We know you count on being able to buy products like this from us, and those nest very nicely. And at the end of this table, we have another Melrose exclusive pattern. We have this one that has more of the nautical map pattern to it. We've got 2 Dolomite containers here and a tray. And so that's something that you'll be able to take a look at and pick up for your looks here in Clearwaters. And now comes the surprise. So I've worked for Melrose for a very long time, and they trust me to do a lot of things, but they gave me this. And this remote, you know how I am about remotes, this one controls all of these fountains. And so watch this. If you're wondering if your store, by the way, if you're like, do I want to bring that in? I have to turn on the candles every day. I have to do all those things, blah, blah, blah. Watch how easy this is. Right? All of these fountains on this one remote. And so what they do is they fill with water first at the top. Some of them take a little while to fill, and then they start pouring. Wow, look at that. So here in Clearwaters, all of these fountains have a stone resin look. And so no matter how many pours you have here, they all look like stone. And then that kind of fits in perfectly with the aesthetic that we have going here in Clearwaters. If you haven't purchased fountains before, you might want to talk to somebody, because there's some things that I know that I've learned over time. Things like bestseller fountains like this one, where we have the 2 orbs on top. Both are lit. Both come down along the front, and they have a certain sound that they make. Those are important things for consumers. This is another best-selling fountain that we have here. The rounded top. It is lit. Looks great at night sitting on the patio. But you know what else? It sounds fantastic because it has that natural rain sound, the way that the water drips down and hits that screen down below. So if you're thinking about getting into aesthetic fountains, fountains that would be great on a patio or a porch, great for apartment dwellers, even inside, yes, we have consumers that would like to buy fountains to have inside just to have relax, to unwind, to hear that wonderful sound, as well as to see something beautiful. Now we have fountains throughout the entire showroom. Now that I've got the remote, I'll be able to turn them on and off and show you all kinds of things as we go through the other collections. If you'd like to hear them, you would like your Melrose rep to, and I know how you are, the wind chimes. Sometimes you like me to touch those because you want to hear what it's going to do. They can turn one on at a time, and they can let you hear that as well and see that fountain. So that's something we can do. We are going to be here in Dallas this week. Our showroom is going to be open on Wednesday. That is actually opening day here in Dallas. We will be taking orders for Everyday 2026, and we're also taking orders right now for Holiday 2025. Yes, we're bringing in all of our merchandise. We're bringing in all 1,800 trending SKUs. We promised it to you in January. We are going to deliver. We are on a regular schedule. If something you have got canceled from someone else and you would like to place an order here at Melrose, yay, we want your business. And you can do that and still get dating. We have an extended dating contract out. We did that at the end of May. We said, hey, a lot of people are losing things. You know, a lot of people might lose things they haven't even been notified of yet that are not going to deliver. And so we want to make sure that we're available to you. So from now until the end of June, you can get your dating order in. That means that you're going to get your delivery in August, September, depending on where you are in the order of orders placed. And then you're not going to pay for it till December 1st. Wow. That's a great program that Melrose offers to you because we are a good business partner. We want to help you to be successful in any way that is possible. We want to thank you today for doing 3 walks with us, 3 collections here for every day. We got 3 more coming to you. We're going to do those tomorrow. We hope you can join us.